Hi, this is TapCat. Welcome to part 21 of Let's Play Prison Architect. Now, at the end of our last installment, I think we all learned a valuable lesson, which is that water and electrical equipment don't necessarily mix that well. I had just been gushing over the number of men who were taking showers in their cells when water hit our closed-circuit TV monitor, fried the whole thing, killed the guard that was watching it, and started a fire in the adjoining cell. So, we have a bit of a situation. What we're going to do is go ahead and call a fire engine. And I suppose I don't have any choice but to start things moving here at Club Fed. I suppose it wouldn't hurt for me to go ahead and hire a new guard because, you know, I don't think I'm going to get that much use out of the other guy at this point in time. It is kind of ironic, you know, I always thought that if somebody died, it would be one of the prisoners. But no. So here comes our fire truck in slow motion. We're going to speed that up a little bit. Okay, I get it, I think. So you have to, like, move the fireman. And I think it said H for hose, right? So we're going to do that. Now, there's like 4 of them, but well, actually, this is starting to get pretty big. Woohoo! Come on, guys. Alright, there we go. See, it's getting smaller. I mean, this is like nothing. It's not even like a real fire. It's like a fire-ette. See? It's all done. It is done, right? Like, okay. So, yeah. Okay. I think we can send them on their merry way. Thank you for your service to our facility. There is a bit of damage. It looks like our walls are a bit worse for wear. Let's go ahead and do this. And that. You know, like, seriously, what's funny is, I mean, I think that's just about it. Now, obviously, okay, so they're going to fix this, and then what we'll do is we're going to dismantle it and take it somewhere where it's possible it'll get a lot less wet. This is my latest innovation in prison design, is not putting electronic equipment near puddles of water. There are nitpickers who would say that the innovation is a little late, but only through experimentation do we learn. You should remember that. Okay, I didn't notice this before. We actually are missing another section of brick wall, so we'll replace that as well. I guess I've given the janitorial crew something to do, and I feel pretty good about that. We gave these visitors something to talk about when they go back home. They can tell everybody about the excitement while they were visiting a loved one at the prison. Because I think all of us love to tell our friends stories about going to prison to visit our family. We're all very proud when that's the case. So these guys are just walking up here, and it doesn't look like there's a path. Now, I could have swore that I built a path. Okay, there's one here. Clearly, I was remiss. So let's go ahead and put a path there. And now that I look at it, you know what? I don't have one here either. Okay. There we go. We want everybody just running and running. You know what I want to do too is, not that I think there's any huge security risk here, but I think, you know, that potentially there is more than zero security risk. Let's put a staff door here and close that off. In theory, you know, the only way through here is a staff door, but I kind of like that to get all the way out, you have to pass through 2 doors, because that's how I have it. Here, you have to get through 2 staff doors. Here, you have to get through 2 jail doors. But here, if you just get through this one, straight shot out. So we're going to try to fix that. That seems reasonable to me. All right, so this has been fixed. Let's go ahead and dismantle it. Preferably before anybody else starts taking showers in there. Hey, I don't suppose if I could find the janitors. Here he is. Can I move him here? Yeah, okay, good. Because seriously, it's a friggin' disaster. And you know what, buddy? You too. You don't have anywhere to be that's more urgent than this. Because it's pretty hellish in there. You know, like, I'm not saying everything has to be just so and live up to the white glove inspection or anything like that, but yeah, this is not acceptable. Can you imagine if this was your cell and nobody cleaned it up after the fire and you were just expected to sleep in there? The reek of smoke and soot. We should start more fires just so I can think about things like that. It's very entertaining. That may be the single highlight of the game for me. I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and speed it up here. It's yard time. All right, let's kind of take a read here on how we're doing. We got 47 out of 55, which means we have plenty of room for a shipment of 8 prisoners tomorrow. Even if nobody else gets out, we'll be exactly at maximum capacity. Normal security outnumbers minimum by 1, hardly dominating, but definitely, you know, taking over. So my plan to start shifting to higher security prisoners is clearly working, as you kind of knew it would if you only started accepting higher risk and no longer took in any of the small ones. Okay, so we did in fact go ahead and dismantle the one thing, the closed circuit TV. So we have to find a new home now. I thought about the canteen because it is a place I wouldn't mind having guards. Actually, I think what I want to do, since I do want guards on these kind of exit paths, I am going to put it over here. Now I'm going to need to run a utility line. Yeah, and I guess this is as good as anything else I'm likely to dream up. And then we'll have closed circuit TV again. I think I was seriously considering installing a second one. I was going to put it, you know, like here or something. I think I'm going to pass on that now. So since we no longer have that, we want to change how we set him up, because I changed his patrol so that he was just limited to these 2 squares. I actually think what we'll do is we'll just let him roam freely within this block. That seems like a good idea. It looks like we still have men in here trying to clean up. I love how they focus on this cell when it's just so bad. Okay, seriously, dude, get your ass in there. I mean, that's so rude. That's so nasty. You do the same thing. Can I not tell him? Will he not listen to me? Yeah, I guess he won't. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, he just blows me off. So I guess I can tell the hired workers where to go, but the prisoners just kind of do what they want. Fine. All right, we're going to go ahead and speed up again. So, overall, actually, that wasn't that bad. I thought what was going to happen. Oh, right. Okay, hold on. Before I talk about that, let's go ahead and put a guard in here. And then we want to make sure he stands like right here. So that's fine. And you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead, as much as, I hate to blow money, I'm going to go ahead and just add another guard. We'll go up to 8. So that gives me 6 that I don't have assigned to any particular spot. And, 2 that, at least for the moment, I've got tied down somewhere. We don't have to leave this guy where he's at, but I think I do want, I want these closed circuit monitors on at all times. So, yeah, we'll probably just do that. And, since we have some money, I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and install a couple of more medical beds, especially since we're, adding higher risk prisoners. Okay, so they just left it like this. Come on, man. I wonder if this is not cleanable. If this is just soot. Like it's a different category. It's not, I don't know how to call it, normal dirt. I don't even see the janitor now. There he is. He's in the cleaning closet, but now I lost him. The monitor was on him, and then and now he's leaving. So I'm not going to get him back. He's going to be out here somewhere. I won't see until there he is. Okay. So, dude, seriously, come on. Clean it up. What's this about? Somebody had scissors. Yep. Okay. They're going to take him to the cell. I mean, these minimum security guys, they get in trouble. They're not really as minimum as I would have thought. I mean, I half jokingly call this place Club Fed because we started off with all the minimum security guys. But, in those kind of low security federal prisons, I'm pretty sure they don't have a bunch of guys carrying shivs in their pockets and all that crap. But you know what? It's up to the game developers to decide. And I suppose these aren't necessarily those kind of guys. What they call minimum security could just be like at a normal prison. These are not the hardest core. Actually, what did he supposedly do? Car theft. Yeah, see, that's a little different. Assaulting an officer, burglary. Yeah, so he's not just some guy who did a little insider trading or something like that. Not to say insider trading isn't a serious crime. It's just not a violent crime in that same way. Okay, one thing I realized that's kind of funny is we've trapped the psychologist in here. Like, they will never, ever be able to clean her office or anything. So what I should do is just go ahead and take out this fence. It doesn't really matter. In a way, it's kind of funny, you know, like that she's just walled in there. If this was The Sims, I guess she'd have starved to death by now, which would be kind of funny in a weird way, but probably not for her, would be my guess. It's funny. I want to finish building this stupid thing out, but it just feels like such a waste. We've got enough room for another batch of prisoners in the morning. We've got 2 guys ready to leave, so we're going to get down to 44. Yeah, absolute most will be up to 52. But I probably am going to start building this out. I mean, just because at some point, why wouldn't you? Yeah, the only thing we don't have are gardeners. And I haven't bothered to research groundskeeping because as far as I can tell, it just doesn't matter. I mean, I don't see anything wrong out here. So I probably should go ahead and throw another capacitor on there. Does that make sense? If I put one on the corner, does that count? So I'm not positive it does. What does it say? It doesn't say anything. What does it say here? It doesn't say anything. As far as when I say it doesn't say anything, it doesn't say anything about the number. Yeah, it'll let me put one literally anywhere. That's not really very reassuring. See, I was hoping, well, okay, if I put it here and it won't let me, then I know that doing it here actually means something. But it actually doesn't. So he's about to install it. Let's really watch where I have this thing and see if it helps. It did. Okay. Good deal. All right. Well, I probably am going to start building this out just so it's done. Hey, you know what else? I mean, we might as well. Let's go ahead. Let's go for the full Monty here. Okay, we'll go all the way. We're going to go from Club Fed to The Rock or San Quentin, since Alcatraz has been closed for like 50 years or something. Maybe it's only 40. It's been closed for a while. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, we'll go ahead and speed it up. I don't see anything fascinating going on. Yeah, I guess when you have a fire in your prison, it leaves a permanent mark. Never could get that cleaned, despite several attempts to direct the janitors toward it. So I think it's just, yeah, it's a permanent stain. And somehow watching those water puddles spread seems so much more ominous now than it ever did before. But, yeah, they can't do any damage. If it gets out here, then all I can say is, holy crap. You know, we earned that fire the hard way. Okay, get to work in that workshop, guys. I'm tired of these crappy 6,500 days. You know, I got trips to the Virgin Islands and Porsche 911s to pay for. And this lackluster effort, it's not going to get it done. You understand me? I'm sure they would be very motivated by a speech like that. You know, I wonder if there's even a point to this fence anymore. Am I just making it harder on my staffers at this point? Possibly. Possibly. I have to think about that. I kind of like it though. I just feel like letting those other dorks wander around. In fact, I'm going to go the other way with it. I can't see any reason for anybody to come back here. So I'm just going to block that off. And that way, you know, just keep it clean, keep it simple, keep people routed where I want them. even the workers, it's not so much security, you know, it's just like avoiding pathing issues. Okay, I guess this is the high security, right? Yeah, maximum security. Sweet. So what's our mix now? We're down to 20 of the normal or minimum. 24 normal, 8 max. Whoops, sorry. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do... Well, I guess I don't need to. See, I was going to say I'm going to build more cells. I got 4 guys leaving. That gives me down to 48, and I'm only 1 short for tomorrow. Does anybody believe that I won't lose 1 guy tomorrow? Does that seem even remotely realistic? Because it doesn't to me. I will be honest. Okay, well, I tell you what, though. I just feel like it's something to do. So we might as well at least put in a couple. Relieve the tedium of sitting here doing nothing. And let's go into objects. Toilet, toilet, toilet. Shower head, shower head, shower head. Oh, I was a bad boy. I didn't make this big enough. How did I not notice that? Mental retardation is not one of the allowable options, by the way, when deciding how to answer that question. Okay. Why do I feel like that's wrong? Actually, it's not wrong. I'm at least 75% sure. Something is wrong. No. Okay, never mind. I'm good. Well, that's debatable, but those rooms are good. And we need to just flip that bed around and put it here. And we need a bookshelf because bookshelves are good. Bump, bump, and bump. And we need pipes. Because when you want to move water, there's nothing better than a pipe to do it. And just because I can, I'm just going to do this now. And yeah, now all we need is doors. And I'm not going to put them in. I'm just going to wait. It's not like we even need these cells. So, yep, that's fine with me. Yeah, so just looking at the count again, we have 3 guys ready to go. That'll mean we're at 47. With a batch of 8, that gets us to 55, and that's if no one else leaves. So, it's just like I said before, you know, I don't have any reason to think that we really even need these cells, because I don't have credit for any of these 3 yet. I haven't defined them as cells. So, we will have 58. And I guess if nothing else, it kind of buys me time to figure out if I want to do anything. Maybe what we do when we come back next time, we will go ahead and expand the kitchen a little bit. Because we are, you know, again, it's going to take a while just because of the attrition we're suffering. But we are going to push this number higher. It's so funny. It's like a lot of times you would be panicking about how many people... Oh, what if I... No, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm still only getting 8. I had this flash of like, oh my God, what if I, you know, took all 3 classes? Would I get 24 guys? But no, you only get 8. So yeah, like when you want more, when you actually want to start really ramping that up, you just can't. You just get what you get. Okay, well, I don't feel any great need to put doors in until they're done with this. And even the pipe, really. So, although we are running really tight on going over for this installment, kind of need to wrap this up. And it looks like they're just about done. So I'm going to go ahead and request cell doors. And then very quickly, just define all three as cells. And then define the shower area. I don't know. It seems like that's working. It really does. So if I'm imagining that, so be it. Okay, so these guys just need a toilet. And hopefully they'll install that in just a second here. And then once they do, we're going to go ahead and call it. Beautiful. Well, I think you know what time it is now. It's time to say goodbye. So, thank you for watching. Hope we see you next time.